sons, you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is April 29, 2022. It is 2:27 a.m. This is my back end. Yesterday afternoon, I came across some videos. One where Harry was talking about his hair, and one where King of the Netherlands was dancing with some crowd. So I put this little recording really quickly. I think it was like 3 minutes only, and put it out. That's my back end. I'm trying to catch up, so let's go on Twitter. I did bookmark some stuff last night, but when I turned on my computer this morning before I start recording, I saw 3 tweets I would like to share with you. That was not part of the list, but I'm gonna share it with you anyway, because I'm trying to catch up with more recent information that's going on. All right, so this is one of them. Now I'm gonna put it on my list because it was not on my list to share. All right, it says here, like no joke though, the Palace Papers makes the Middletons looks manipulative as F. Arguably, they've always looked that way, but the fact that so much of the book was sourced in KP and Kemp Middletons, it's like they can't even hide how they set out to entrap William. I mean, there's one, I think I was editing it yesterday, where they're talking about how, what's the mother-in-law, the stepmother, what's the name? The one, oh God, what's the stepmother? The one, Prince Charles' wife. I can't think of his name right now. Who's trying to keep keep William distance from his father because I guess he's so enraged or something like that. But and I remember saying that she's trying to protect her asset because she wants that title. So William put this on himself. The only person that had his back, what did he do? He manipulate the wife, not manipulate, I would say. He backstabbed, that's the word, backstabbed the wife and the brother. And then, you know, they had to leave. So now he's on his own, and he has his wife and his mother-in-law who's pretty much, they want, just manipulate him. So he's on his own right now. All right, so I really don't care what happened to him, because the only person who had his back, he backstabbed him. All right, that's Harry. Let's see here. You can argue that William wasn't really trapped, and I agree. He has complete agency, but holy shit, once he was in the Middletons' crosshair, they will never ever let him go. Wow. Okay, there must be something out there, like a paper that's talking about him, because I don't know. Okay, it's the university strap that does it for me. Like, how do you get past that? Again, the projection is incredible. I mean, yeah, the Markles suck ass. Oh my god. But you have a whole ass future queen consort who was basically positioned for the role by her parents. Okay, that part I sort of understand, because what's the wife, Middleton, I believe, from my understanding, I could be 100% wrong, she left a school that she was in. Once she knows where William was gonna be, she changed to go in the same school as him. And then I believe there was some student activities that was going on where she walked pretty much naked on a catwalk to catch William's attention. So that I sort of understand. They really trap him. Yeah, for me, it's the gargantuan effort that Wootton and Middleton put into hiding that Kate met William in 1999, not 2001, when Kate's school mate at Marlborough College, Amelia Derlinger, daughter of 10th Viscount Exmouth, took Kate to Highgrove. William was too unimpressed to be interested. Really? This is news to me. Oh my goodness, the squad be coming with some freaking receipt. Alright, reveal how couple first met at Prince's Den. Okay, that's, oh my god, since 2013. By the summer of 1999, Amelia Derlinger, Kate's friend at Marlborough College, had introduced Kate to her out-of-school circle. The niece of the 10th Viscount Exmouth, Amelia, was well connected and belonged to William and Harry aristocratic group of friends. Okay, known as the Glass Posse, because most of them live in Gloucestershire, where the Prince of Wales has his country estate, Highgrove. The Posse, okay, so that's the group, the Posse, who meet at weekend and holidays when they were invited to Club H, William and Harry's Den, and the cellar of Highgrove. Okay. That's their little group when they want to meet, so this is where they go. So one of that group members took what's her name, Middleton, over there, but William wasn't impressed. Wow. Kate and William were introduced that summer. Kate's house mistress, Anne Patching, recalls, we all knew as teachers that year group was moving in royal circles, that they were friends. Another of Kate's teachers described her as on the fringe of the royal set. In the summer of 2001, shortly before St. Andrew, Kate spent a few months as a deckhand on boat yacht hired for corporate hospitality. She confided in a colleague, Paul Hasford. Quote, we spoke about William. Mr. Hasford revealed, I said, quote, obviously you might meet him. And he said, I've already met him once or twice. Until now, it has always been believed that Kate first met William when they were a new student at St. Andrews. My goodness, she was chasing him. She worked so hard for that position, but she can't really handle it. He was trapped by them social climbers. They wanted to be queens, and finally they got to be it through Balson. Okay, I don't get Carol cares about hiding it all that much. She quite proud of herself and her successful scheming and second mothering of William. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that, I mean, I would say they have the same kind of mentality as what's her name? Camilla. That's her name. Oh my goodness, I keep on forgetting her name. Camilla. well, only this morning. I don't know where my brain is. Once they got the, I guess, the real important people, meaning like the futures, alright? The futures. So they pretty much entrap them. They find a way to entrap them, get their attention back to them, even though like William and probably Charles at some point were not really interested in those women, but they find a way to get their attention right back to them. And this is, I think, what happened over there. So I'm moving on. That was not part of my the squad is like the tea. Let me read this one because of the GIF. William is very, very angry and spiteful. The mumble bombs don't know manipulation until the whole story group come after them. I can see this happening very soon with Voldemort leading the pack. Oh well. So are they crying that maybe he's not happy because they entrap him or something? Cal Middleton has a doctorate in social climbing and manipulation. Tina Brown is clearly her BFF. Oh, so she's talking about him? Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Because I think I have a video of her talking about them. Have bought or read the book, but did listen to TB's YT interviews where talked about the Middleton. Even she admitted the marriage was calculation. Wow. But at the same time, when you think about it, William is a grown man. He made the choice. He offered her to marriage. So I don't know, as much as we could say the other ones are social climbing, but what about him who made the decision to marry her? Okay, so let's not leave William out of the blue here. They're treating him like a baby as if he had no choice. He made the choice to marry her, so he's part of the problem too. All right, they both play a part. The other one chase him and make sure he sees her, and then he went alone and marry her and offer her the ring. So what the hell? Have not. Okay, so she fixed herself somewhere here. Have not. Okay, have my error. Thanks. Okay, let's go back. I'm done with this. Let's see this one here. That's the one I was in. That's on my home page. So there's this one here. These are the faces two women who entered the royal situation. Slow death cooker. Please judge the faces. And left. And now we have okay, Palace Life versus Freedom Life. Wow. I see what she's saying here. So these two here, this is Palace Life. This is how, once you marry into the royal family, this is how you look. All right, let's see here. Yeah, this is Palace Life. Make you look miserable. They take the life out of you because they don't want you to be more popular than them because they have nothing to offer. All right, that's what they turn you into. But I don't know what William has to. Kate has to offer. But Meghan had a lot to offer. So they snatched. Okay? They try to snatch her light, her potential away from her. And this is how they make you feel. And then once you get out of the palace, there it is. There's the life. Revive, you refresh, get your life back. This is what this is saying here. I got her. I understand her very well. Let me copy the thing here because it was not on my list, but now it is. Alright, I may not go over all of the comment. But let's see here. Let's see some of the comment. I think there was only 8 when I click on it. Okay, when are we going to stop this comparison of two different people? We sometimes fell into this rabbit hole. I don't think she's comparing. I don't think she's really comparing the two women. It's just the palace life. Is this what she said here? All right. These are two faces of two women who entered, okay, who entered the royal institution, okay. When Kate first came, okay, this is not to distinguish their potential, okay, in terms of their work ethic. This is not what she's saying. Once you enter the life of the royal, this is what they turn you into. Look at, you see the miserable face, all right. So once you get out, this is the look, Meghan's face here. Alright.
There's people pushing and there were people pulling, all in the same direction. Yeah, my family looked great, and so did my friends, and so did Charles's family. They liked me. They're very good to me. when I was a guest.
What's that?
We used to change when I was a daughter and the positions changed.
So she's not comparing in terms of work ethic or whatever. It's just the royal life. Okay, says it all. Horrible institution. Okay, Harry said during an interview prior to meeting Meghan that no one wanted the job of being a royal. Those still on the fold are only putting up a public front. I can only imagine what things are like behind closed doors. I mean, people, from my understanding, I think William have asked a couple Brits, all right, who he liked for marriage. Or is it dating or marriage or something like that? They all said no, because they know the life is not what it seems. But this is Harry, however, and I think I've said this so many times, where Meghan did not know how the royal life was all about, and the tabloid, all of that. So this is why Harry was keeping her very private. Nobody knows. And as soon as the tabloid knew he was dating her, and Harry knew that was the woman because of her work ethic, her personality, all the package, all the boxes for Harry, all the boxes were checked on Meghan's kind of person. So as soon as the royal rats find out, he quickly proposed to her. And then poor Meghan, who was so naive, didn't know anything about the institution, she said yes. And I think if she knew how the institution was, how the royal life was, how the British press was, I think Meghan would have said no. And I think Harry has done a very good job of protecting her. All right? There's a tweet that I came across where the royal rats wanted to meet. There's a video. One of them that was calling Meghan to come back, or not Meghan, Harry to come back, and all of that.
4 times I asked the palace, or maybe 3 times I asked the palace, if we, as a media group, could meet Meghan, and it never happened.
He wanted to have an interview with Meghan. Harry did not allow it. Because they will use her word against her and manipulate her and then trash her at the same time. And then they're going to put a picture like they know her. So Harry has done a very good job of protecting her. And then when, with all of the stuff where they left, Harry tried to create a deal with the institution because Harry and Meghan had a contract, a verbal contract. It never came out. This is just my humble opinion here. A verbal contract of the work that they want to do. When they realized they cannot do it, and then the proposal as they were leaving, half in, half out, and all of that, 50-50, all sort of idea that Harry gave the institution, and they rejected it, Harry said, no, I'm leaving. Because that woman, he will never, ever find it ever again. So he left because he trusted her, and he saw the work that she has been doing prior to meeting him. So there was no replicate, there was no phony of pretending I could do this, I could do that to be with him. All right, she was already doing all of that. And then the thing with Meghan is that even though she was acting, this is where pretty much her financial thing comes in, from acting and doing different things. And I think she was earning money through her website, the TIG and social media kind of thing. The thing that she was doing outside of that, doing charitable work, that was also her passion. Because I do not see at your free time, especially after acting, sometimes you have to be on a set very late. And then at your, let's say after production, let's say shoot, the season is over, you're on vacation or something like that. I do not see myself doing charitable work to that capacity. I might do a little thing here and there once in a while when I feel like it, but she did it at her own free will when she was supposed to be resting, enjoying her, relaxing to start the next season or whatever. So she was doing charitable work. So that was part of her passion. Harry saw that, and this is what Harry wanted to do. All right, so he was not gonna let her go. This cannot be replicated. All right, so so that's that. And look at this, even though they left the UK, and I think he even said it in that other interview that the only thing that happened is that their situation is just, things got a little bit difficult, but nothing changes. Their contract, all right, their foundation, their understanding for getting together is still there. It's just at a different place. Instead of the UK, it's in the United States. All right.
You got a whole restart. You have a whole new focus, a whole new nucleus. How does that land with you?
No, I think the focus is very much the same.
Is it?
Yeah, certainly from my wife's point of view.
Yeah.
We've now moved that life of service to the States, and we'll continue to do what we were doing before. So in that regard, nothing's changed for us. It's just a little bit more complicated to have to sort of restart, if you know what I mean, from a blank canvas.
Sure.
Okay, I went on with this. Let me read some more of the comment and let me move on. Harry said during the interview prior to meeting Meghan that no one wanted the job of being a royal. Those still on the fold are only putting up a public front. I can only imagine what things are like behind the closed doors. Okay, it reflects solely draining, like vampires. Women are considered commodity and birthers only in that institution, especially those closest to the throne. Yeah, I see what she's saying here. They only want women to marry into the royal family, the ones who marry the men, just to give birth. That's it. They don't really need you. I mean, look at Princess Diana, for instance, and look what they were trying to do to Meghan. But Harry wanted someone much more than just that. Okay, because he even said, I think for that mental health thing, for what is it, for Apple Plus or something, where he said he can't imagine raising the kids by himself. He just can't imagine. He wants the mother to be, because he experienced it as a young boy. He doesn't want his kids to go through all of that. So the best thing for him was to get the hell out of there with his family. Okay, Harry saw Meghan as more than that, which is why life outside of those walls rejuvenates everything. Hair, skin, weight. Yep, that is true. Okay, says the person from Michigan, USA, who knows nothing of the British royal family. and P.S. its soul is either a fish. I mean, we don't need to be within the institution to know exactly how life is. I mean, you could put one and one together. So many information is out based on the things that they say. You don't need, I mean, sometimes you have to put one and one together to understand. You don't need to wait until the thing hit you in your face to be like, oh my God, I didn't know that. You could put one and one together. All right, so okay, well, look at me. I've never been in the UK. I already have a pretty good understanding how over there is. There's no way I'm gonna be spending my money to go over there for vacation. Why would I want to go there? You could look at even the government, how they treating, how they doing their policies and all of that. Why would I want to be there? Okay, was the one on the left drunk, or its demons of being racist? Okay, unfortunately, the one farthest left contribute to her sister-in-law. That's true. I think, let me finish with this. Unfortunately, the one farthest left contribute to her sister-in-law's pain within the palace as well. Okay, Sam, her family is behind the Meghan bashing. In some way, yes, I agree. But, and the other thing is, she thought, the one farthest left, okay? Look at the picture, the one farthest left. She thought by joining the others who were putting Meghan down, she thought she would get more accepted. That's the thing here. But in fact, I mean, the royals, they just like to use people. They use you to get to the next person, and then the next person, once they're done with you, they toss you aside. So she thought, and I even said that before she even married into the royal family, she bent. She has no leverage to hold the institution of anything. No leverage. There's no, what does she has that the royal doesn't have? I don't know. But she thought by bashing, joining the others to put her down, to put Meghan down, she would be more accepted. When in fact they were just using her, okay, to get rid of Meghan, and then you know, and then they're done with her. Look at this, so many engagements she goes on with William. You see, William can't even stand being next to her. So what the hell? But Harry and Meghan knew their own potential, knew their worth. Meghan knew her own worth. She was not gonna put up with it. And I think in some shape or form, Meghan was like to Harry, okay, I'm leaving. Are you coming? Huh? If you're not coming, I'm leaving. Harry was like, hold my beer, let me talk to my grandma, I'm coming. So that's when they went to, they planned the exit. And I think I even have maybe 1 or 2 thumbnails that said the plan of exit. The plan of exit, they used the holiday, because Meghan knew that she cannot leave with, I think they took her passport or something at some point. There was a trip she did or something. I could be wrong on that. So they could know where she's at. So once she was living with the husband, okay, so their guard were down, meaning the firm, their guard were down. So once their guard were down, Harry was like, you stay in Canada and I'll come back. Let me go talk to my grandma and stuff like that. So that was their plan of exit. All right. Let me go to the next one. This will be the last one, and then I'll go back to my list. This is new. I'm adding to my list, and I'm already 20 seconds. Was it 20 minutes into it? Oh my goodness. All right. I have to copy some of the stuff. Okay. All right. Just like Meghan, I'm too gaga in love and high off good. To care. Let the haters and fake biographers see in their misery, being rich and peaceful under a tree, the best revenge, Harry and Meghan. So there's a book that's talking about them, I guess. So this is nice. All right, absolutely. That's what's up. Okay, what did I miss now? The usual. Vanessa is something. She's like, she's almost like Page Masters, but Page Masters is a little bit more reserved now. I think she's in school and all of that, but there she is responding. The usual, racist island writing shitty fanfic to trash our queen. All right. So that's what I thought also when I started reading some of the thing. I thought you Meghan Sugar haters, the monarchy. The haters are coming here. The California trash is no royal. Why are you here? All right. Let me just black. I don't want to read. All right. The ones over there. What is it? They trash Meghan, but they're looking at her things and then they're doing. I think there's some stuff that I bookmarked. I think there's a cookbook that's coming out from the royal family. They were trashing all of her work, but all of a sudden they're copying her. So who's anyway, we know where the haters are. Okay, why are you here? There it is. Who's comparing to the one that I just black? Don't you have a group of derangers to socialize with? All right. Prince Harry is so happy and peaceful once well rested due to the little ones. All right. Yes. There they are. All right. There's nothing like a good old belly laugh that says life is good. Okay. Laughter, the best medicine. Absolutely. Okay. Let's go to the next one. All right. So now I'm going to what I bookmark, because I'm trying to catch up with a lot of stuff, and I still have some tweet from the Invictus to share with you. All right, so that was supposed to be my first tweet, and I show you those 3 other tweets. Okay, Xavier Font is part of Prince Harry's Travalyst Sustainable Travel Coalition, BookingTrip.com, Skyscanner, TripAdvisor, Google, and Visa promote sustainability frameworks and carbon emission now implemented by Booking.com, Skyscanner, and Google SHTM at survey. Yesterday, in one of the tweets that I edit, Harry is suing Mel. I believe it's Mel on Sunday. I could be wrong. And that his argument is that they're putting misinformation so people don't to not trust him. Because right now he's a private citizen. So I think he's suing for defamation because of they put those information out regarding what did he I believe is the security kind of thing, some misinformation. And his argument, and that I'm paraphrasing, I could be 100% wrong, is that they're putting misinformation, and that by doing those misinformation is like people will not trust him. he didn't say it that way, but that's my conclusion of why he's suing for defamation. Because now he is private citizen. Businesses wants to do business with him. And this is where he's getting his income in some shape or form. In other videos I've explained, maybe there's different ways of how he's doing his business and some of that. Alright, so everything is my humble opinion, and this is as well. So, and if they're putting misinformation about him and to defame him where people do not want to do business with him, that will be a cause for losing income. You understand what I mean? Because a lot of people wants to do business with Harry.
Harry and Meghan are incredibly marketable. I'd call them the new young Obamas. They're going to make an ungodly amount of money, and you know what? They literally could become billionaires over the next 20 years. If either of them came on Shark Tank, I wouldn't even wait for them to pitch. I'd be like, I'm in, whatever you want, yes, because they are so marketable. It would be so easy to develop products and projects for them, with them, and around them. It'd be yes. Can you hook it up?
So if those misinformation is being put out about him, and then businesses see those things and they say, oh, I'm not trusting him. So that's a loss of income here. This is why he's suing for defamation. All right, and I think I point out in that video that I edited yesterday with Invictus, you have, I believe, Range Rover, Jaguar. I think that was the two symbols that I saw in that picture that I took and put it so I could show you the difference, or whatever my point of view. So if these businesses are seeing those negative type headlines about him, and people do believe those headlines, most likely they will not want to do business with him. So he's suing them for putting misinformation about that thing that they put out regarding his security, that he wants to pay for it, and they're saying something other than the reality. Okay, so so that's that. These are all the people, the businesses that doing business with him. All right, fantastic, awesome, great, awesome, congratulations, nice, congratulations. Okay, so they just congratulating him. All right, let's go to the next tweet, because I have a lot to share with you, so let me not just go over and repeat the same thing that they're saying. Next tweet. Okay, I can't, there's a laugh. See what y'all did. Duke of Mexico. Duke of Mexico is the first choice when I write Duke on Twitter, and Baron of KFC is the first choice when I write Baron. Okay, I can't, y'all, I can't. All right, so they're laughing about something, I believe. Okay, Duke. Oh my goodness. So another word, when she's searching, she put Duke, and that's the squad who's making Meghan's dad trending. Duke of Mexico, that's Meghan's father. Okay, Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, Duke Mon, Duke Nukem, Duke of Cambridge, Duke. Okay, what is that? Baron of KFC. Oh my god! When she typed Baron, this is what come. Baron's TV, Baron Zemo, Baron. All right, that's them laughing. Those squad are crazy. When they have time on their hand, this is what they do. Just to see what the search is bringing up. Those squad are crazy. This is what happened when they don't have anything to do. They're looking what's trending. Duke of Mexico was trending. Okay, great, as it should be. Defend Meghan at all costs. The squad are just laughing. I can't believe the squad. This is going, people. Okay, when I've been trying to scroll, but every other tweet is Duke of Mexico from a squaddy, got me laugh so hard my side are cramping. I gave up. I'm going to laugh hard and be in pain. That's okay. Alright, the squad are just laughing. Okay, squaddy are undefeated. Haha. Even without a hashtag, it still brings Duke of Mexico. Okay, I think I came across a tweet. I don't think I bookmarked it though, where one of the squad said, let's make Duke of Mexico trending. I can't believe the squad, I swear. Because I've been very busy since I came back from vacation. I had tweets, videos that I've recorded, never edited, and then when I came back, some of the links that I saved to share with you while I was on vacation regarding the Invictus, I have not recorded yet. And I still have some tweets regarding the Invictus I have not recorded yet. So I'm like, I need to catch up. This is what this video is. I need to catch up. And then I have to go back to the Invictus tweet. Alright, so there's this here. Dan Wootton play himself by getting rent-a-rant Thomas Markle. Now everyone is hating on Wootton for ruining what should be a moment for Her Majesty the Queen. Okay, let's see here. DW Dan Wootton is over the top, catty, and the entire point of hiring him is so he can do what he does best: start drama, outright lies, and do the worst things possible to get attention and disparage people who are only out here doing good. He's the villain. Maybe his fans should remember that. Alright, so apparently maybe it was him who asked, I think, who asked Meghan's dad to come to the UK. I think I came across, I think it was a Yahoo article. I didn't read it, I just saw the headline where he's gonna go to he's going to the UK. So is that Dan Wootton who asked him to come? Oh my goodness. Dan is still mad because he really fancies Harry, has always had an appropriate feeling toward the young Harry, and the palace allowed it. I don't want to say what I'm thinking. Alright, let's see here. That was that. Yep. It's his lip that get me. It tells a lot about him, all of this. Let's go back. Alright, let's see here. Duke of Mexico for the Jubilee. Oh my god, those squad are crazy. Oh shit, that's a chicken. That's a drumstick in his head. Oh my god, the squad are crazy. Oh my god. The squad are crazy. Wootton is so far up the Duke of Mexico colon. The table has turned on Mr. Wootton. The squad is now so over the Meghan hate, we now turn it into a laugh. Okay, it should be about the Queen, not bad dad. Shameful. Okay, love to see it. That boomerang well. Okay, so I didn't read that article. I did see it because when I went on Yahoo to check my email, that's where I saw it, but I didn't click on it. Only been on Twitter for a little while today, but this has been on fire. These rats are digging themselves into a deeper hole, and the Pied Piper is sending them to their end by using their own hateful words to make a song. Okay, you haven't learned anything. I'm telling you, the squad or something, they're just using their nonsense and turn it back at them and start laughing. Duke of Mexico, Baron of something. It's been fun with the Duke of Mexico thinking that Wootton clown, welcome to the Platinum Jubilee. Okay, I don't like bad dad, but Wootton, that network, and the fools who are inviting that absolutely cringe-worthy human to use him against Harry and Meghan will be exposing themselves and bad dad as the poo they are, in my humble opinion. Okay, I guess it all backfired on Willie. Maybe he shouldn't be snuggling up to the nasty tabloid. So, okay, so maybe, because with Dan Wootton, because he was the one who said the sources are coming from the palace.
Much of the negativity towards the couple is coming from within the royal family. The royal family and staff of the royal family are the ones that are very often leaking these stories to the press.
So maybe William is still doing the hating thing. That's his own doing. If he is, I don't know.
The last thing you disagreed on, how do you resolve it?
I can't remember, they come so thick and fast. but is it resolved? We don't know.
Oh, we don't know.
We don't know.
Oh, we don't know.
He's not gonna stop. This is why I keep on saying Harry should be very careful with him, because this guy doesn't know any better. If he is still going after them, that's his own demise. That's his own demise. All right, let me go to the next tweet. There's more comment, but let me so there was that tweet. That's the tweet that I did bookmark it. Okay, hey Sussex squad, let's get the Duke of Mexico trending. And they did. Oh my god, I can't believe them. I can't believe the squad. Okay, that is wrong on about 100 deep levels than having Edward the Forgotten dress up like a fake military officer. I can't even laugh at that. It's so sick. He probably loved this. He wants desperately to be buddies with the royals since he's been doing dirty work for William for 5 years. Harry and Meghan are royals. He never will be. He doesn't even deserve a fake joke title. Hey, look at the toy soldier. I mean, the squad are crazy. Oh my god, they even put him on. Hey, Duke of Mexico. I can be. Oh, they did a pretty good job with this. How will I say that? With this Photoshop. That's a very good one. That's the best one I've seen. Oh my goodness. Y'all came in with this Duke of Mexico. Did Elizabeth gifted those chocolate medals to the Duke of Mexico? A gastric bypass? Nah, he was sucking it and LOL. Oh my god. Ha ha ha. I believe Tom Sr. with Samantha guidance probably tried to shake down Meghan then Harry. She couldn't get a wedding invite, so she worked on keeping Tom out of the wedding. She and Dad definitely want to be acknowledged by Meghan over. If I'm not mistaken, I'm done. I'm gonna move to the next one. I don't know if I bookmarked this. I came across a tweet a while back where Meghan's half-sister, who was suing Meghan, her lawyer dropped her. I guess they couldn't find anything, you know, to go about it. When you're looking at the Johnny Depp thing here, some of the lawyers for Amber Heard, they didn't do their research very well with some of the things that the information that she gave them. Amber Heard is making her lawyers look like a fool because there are things that's popping up on the trial that already been debunked, like makeup to the concealer to conceal her bruises that she claims she got from Johnny. That was it? I think it's Milan or something like that, who came out and said they weren't even around the time that she claimed that Johnny was abusing her. My goodness, so many things, and I need to do some videos about that. I keep on saying it, and I still haven't had time to do it because so much to share with you regarding the Sussexes. All right, let's this here. Who is Tina Brown LM brainwashing? Apparently, she can read Meghan's thought. That's the rolling eye. Like me, I could read Meghan's thought. The whole royals, pretty much. Okay, and Victor's game just ended with our royal machinery and was super successful and thriving. Sussexes Foundation is doing more and donating more than tax-funded royals and their patronages, etc. Madness. Okay, let's see here. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. What is she talking about? And by the way, I'm giving you a warning. I have to stop in between. I cannot just let the video play. Otherwise, I'm gonna get flagged. Okay, for those who want you.
Wow. She has it all, you know. She's got the stature, and she has, you know, the ability to live in amazing houses, go on amazing holidays, be the big voice for humanitarian, anything she wants, but also has freedom. And, you know, that's what Meghan wanted as well. And I think that Harry came to want that. I don't think that he did conceive that because Harry wasn't really wired.
One thing I realized with the Brits, whenever they're talking about somebody, is that part of jealousy. I don't think they know they have that within them, but it's embedded in their subconscious. Whenever they're talking about somebody, they have to talk about what they own, like the houses, the whatever material stuff. This is the thing that's really killing these people, being jealous. What the hell? Meghan is living in her big house or whatever. It's not anybody's money. If anybody, okay, if you have your freedom, you're willing to work to have that, anybody could have it. My goodness. Okay, that's one thing. Okay.
That's what Meghan wanted as well. And I think that Harry came to want that. I don't think that he did conceive that because Harry wasn't really wired enough into the sort of, the celebrity entertainment complex like Meghan was. You know, I think that it is true though that Meghan has been unfairly, and I say this in the book. I actually think that it was unfair in a sense to call it Megxit because I really think Harry wanted out himself.
I think before Meghan came into the picture, as a young man, I think he's been wanted out. I've said this in some videos. When they were dating, the lifestyle, the simplicity of Meghan's lifestyle, I think Harry wanted that. This is why he was keeping that relationship so quiet. And I think every chance that he get when he's not working, he fly to Canada to be with her. Because the life, the circle, the friends Meghan had, they all kept their mouth shut. They enjoy each other's company. I think that really attract Harry. Okay, the peacefulness, he could be himself. None of this came out. Nobody said anything. Till now, look at this. They left the royal life. You never hear a zip, a damn thing about what they're doing. If Harry or Meghan don't come out and say something, we will not know. Okay, so that lifestyle, and I've said this, Harry saw it, he wanted it. So this is why he didn't mind living the royal life to be with Meghan. Okay, he was more than willing to take a leap of faith with Meghan because both of them are hard workers. And I think also if Harry was sort of, let's say, was afraid to, because of the sheltered life he had at the royal family, and he wasn't able to, let's say, open up to the outside world. And I think in some shape or form, Meghan will be willing to just work and support them and just to have that family life in some shape or form. But both of them are hard workers. Okay, both of them are hard workers. They are more than willing to, earn some living to put food on the table. It's just that the rush that they had to do it, and then as they left, because the royal family was so spiteful, was petty, they were taking things away from them, their financial, their security, and all of that. It's not about the title. Forget that. They could do without title. It's that the things that they thought they had, and then as they were leaving, they're stripping them away. And then as they're stripping certain things away from them, they had to readjust themselves. Okay, especially the security. And Harry had said if it was wasn't for Princess Diana's money, they would be stuck. And when you think about it, security alone, I even said that a long time ago. Security alone, the type of security that they need, that their money will be wiped out. Okay, will be wiped out within months because it costs a lot to protect the kind of security that they need. All right, let me listen to that. Okay, oh, damn, I went on for that.
And one of the advisors did say to me, and I was kind of shocked by this, very close in the circle, said to me, we always knew that Harry was going to go at some point. He was really unhappy. The Queen knew that at some point it was highly likely that Harry would want out.
And let's not forget, the father, Charles, did say before Meghan came into the picture, he wanted to slam down the monarchy. And Harry knew his position, that the institution don't really need him. He was there for a certain time until William's kids were old enough to take place. And I think he was willing to wait until the kids are at age to replace him, and then he will move on. But the spiteful, the pettiness, the jealousy, all the nonsense that they put him, Harry and Meghan through, so he had to leave sooner. I don't even think he wanted to leave that soon. So I think I agree with some of the things she's saying so far.
But they didn't know it would be so fast, and they didn't see it happening in the way that it did. And I think it's also then fair to say that Meghan gave Harry the tools to leave.
Okay, let me move
back a bit. But they didn't know it would be so fast, and they didn't see it happening in the way that it did.
This I disagree. How could they not know? The nonsense, the misery that they put Harry and Meghan through, they didn't know that? Who could... This is the thing, the machinery, the robotic kind of sensibility these people have. They didn't know Harry was going to leave. The nonsense that they put him, and then I'm pretty sure there are so much things we do not know in the background. Okay, there's the thing with the nanny. Okay, I spoke about this in many other videos. And there's the dog whose legs were broken. What else did they do that we are not aware of? And I'm sure there's plenty more. How could they be surprised and shocked that they didn't know Harry and Meghan were gonna leave? Who could take that blow? I guess, okay, they were doing to hurt Meghan. They didn't think Harry will follow too. They thought Meghan would be the only one to leave. But Harry was like, I'm leaving with her too. My goodness, because Harry was all in.
No, it would be so fast, and they didn't see it happening in the way that it did. And I think it's also then fair to say that Meghan gave Harry the tools to leave. You know, I mean, because she was wired in, she understood the world of agents and deals. And I mean, this wasn't Harry's world. But suddenly he had in Meghan a very worldly strategist who he decided to trust above all the other advisors. And
I don't know. I agree with her. I agree with her. She's right. Yes. I agree with her. I don't know. I do agree with her. And these are some of the things I've said in many other videos.
I don't think that was such a good, smart move. I think that, yes, I get that he wanted...
That wasn't a smart move. This is where I disagree with her. Why wouldn't that be a smart move? Look at them now. They were suffering and at the institution's undoing. Why would they stay on a place where there is pain? Yeah, Meghan knew how things like that work, and she went to school studying international law and what was the other, something media, something like that.
What did you study at college?
I double majored theater and international relations, and then I went and worked for the U.S. Embassy for a bit. And
where?
In Argentina, in Buenos Aires.
She knew how these things work. She knew her worth, and she was willing to give them that same kind of advice, but instead they went on hating on her. And then look at this. As she left, I think there's some stuff that I bookmarked. I don't know if it's going to be on this video because I'm already 47 minutes. Is that they doing cookbooks. She did the cookbooks with the Greenfield ladies. And now the royal family is doing cookbooks as well. They were trashing her when she was doing it. Now that the thing made money, they're doing the same thing. All right? Let's continue. Listen to that. I mean, why would you want to stay in a toxic place? My goodness, I said this in many other videos, is that people should not be living in pain. Living in pain is not worth living. So why will they stay in a place that who shows that they don't really need them? They don't want them. So why will they stay there? And they were in pain. Okay, I move it back a little bit.
I don't think that was such a good, smart move. I think that, yes, I get that he wanted, you know, this more exciting and imaginative use of his gifts. But I think there was a lot that could have been achieved inside the royal family, and that, by the way, is what his mother did. He's always saying, you know, my mother would be, you know, happy, etc. I don't know that Diana would. Diana always saw the power of changing within the structure of monarchy. She didn't want to be out of the monarchy. She wanted to hang on to her HRH, which was confiscated. She stayed living in Kensington Palace. Nothing would have prized her out of there. She saw that the royal imprimatur was always going to be the best, you know, leverage, the best convening power, you know.
The best. We cracked that code already. It's not the best. It's not the best. They don't know how to appreciate people, the monarchy. Okay? I've said this. There's the level that thumbnails that I have with the UK flag. You have God, you have the firm, the crown, and the whoever, the king or the queen. So right now is the queen, and then below that are the Commonwealth. This is my structure of things as I started learning about the royal life, the institution. Okay, anyone who is very brilliant, have minds, ideas that they could have easily used for their own advantage. All right, they see them as a threat. Princess Diana saw it. They saw these type of women as threat. Okay, I'm just gonna put Princess Diana's words here.
I just don't think.
Okay, so they did the same thing to Princess Diana. They did the same thing to Meghan. So what Meghan did here, because Meghan have been self-sustained for a very long time, so she said, I'm offering you all my gifts. Okay, just my humble opinion. I'm offering you all my gifts, all of the things that they are doing outside of the royal family. If they had listened to Harry, who said use Meghan to your own advantage because she was a woman of color and with a brain to attract the Commonwealth, if they had listened to to Harry and used Meghan for their own advantage, all of the things Harry and Meghan are doing outside of the royal family could have easily been within the institution. But their hate, their pettiness, their crook ways of doing deals and the background, okay, making unethical deals, business deal, this is the only way they know how to make money. But they do not know how to make money the right way. So this is where Harry was like, I do not want to be part of this. Look at how with the Travalyst thing, where Charles sent one of those Middle Eastern men to donate money to Travalyst. Okay, Harry was more than happy to receive the money because Travalyst is a charity. And then through that, later on, the deal in terms of how to receive the money changed, where that person asked for Harry to come to travel to Middle East to have dinner with him and all of that. Harry was like, no, that was not part of the deal. You know, I'm returning your money. I don't want to do this. Okay, the whole focus is the kids. I don't want to be doing all of that. And then you see here, couple of years later, maybe months, I don't know how long the time frame between when Charles sent that guy to donate to Travalyst, Charles knew the nonsense behind it. So when he get trapped or they realize he's on nonsense with that person, he could throw Harry under the bus. And the minute Harry saw the nonsense, Harry said, nope, I don't want to be part of it. And he warned his dad at the same time. When he realized the wrong, he alerted his father and said, don't do business with this person. What did Charles do? Did Charles listen? Hell no. So who's investigating whom now? Okay, police is investigating Charles for those nonsense. And we already know they're just going to throw this under the rug because everything that they do, the royals can never be wrong. And look at what's the brother? Andrew, with all those unethical behavior with children. The police find nothing. Okay, but when you look in the United States, the things that was coming out about him is so despicable. So we already know the police investigation with the deal with the Middle Eastern, I think it's cash for honor. That's the term they use, cash for honor. This is going to be thrown under the rug. The institution could have used Harry and Meghan could have offered them those kind of ideas, different ways of making money in an ethical way without doing anything under the table. But what's the best thing? What this woman is talking about, now I'm starting to disagree with her here. Thinking that the royal family is the only way. We understand, we see the facade. The facade doesn't work anymore. We know what's behind the facade. It's no longer like that anymore. She's talking to those people who don't know. Like me, when I first started looking into the royal family, I would have bought this, what she's saying here now, if I didn't know any better. She's not talking to the Sussex squad. The Sussex squad knows the truth. So this is what I'm getting from here. Let's move it back a little bit to get, because I went on with my rant. Sorry.
That the royal imprimatur was always going to be the best, leverage, the best convening power, to promote the causes that she cared about. So I don't know that she would have ever really advocated, going off to live in Montecito without any of the patronages and any of the platform of the palace.
This is why Harry and Meghan says service is universal. If you want, because Meghan have been doing all of this before going into the royal family. So why the royal family thinks just giving you a name to associate yourself with a charity, that's the only way. Meghan was like, hell no, I've been doing this before. I didn't have any titles. Look at them. They're still doing work with them. I'm pretty sure, 100% sure. Look at like Mayhew, for instance. Before they did that thing, she told them, I don't know, I forgot how it went, where she's no longer like a royal patronage of them or whatever, and she still donate money to them and open a wing or something, name something at Mayhew on the name of that someone, the person who introduced Meghan to Mayhew, and still donate. You could still do the work with those people without even associate any royal with it. If I want to help a charity, if I want to, I could still do it. I don't really need to be a freaking royal to do that. What these people are talking about, they are delusional. So this part I disagree with her, but some part that she said I agree. All right, I downloaded. no clicks.
Wow.
Oops.
She has it all, you know.
Alright, I downloaded, no clicks to the original source. Okay, at Tina Brown, the word Megxit is not harsh. That word is racist. No wonder you have no trouble to use it. There's a rolling eye. In fact, you are trying to do everything to demean how Meghan was treated and abused. Just shows you are a scam. What is this now? That's the first time I'm seeing it. Okay, it's hard to read. You could freeze your screen and read it. Whoever did those sketch did pretty good. You could easily see this is Harry, that's Meghan, and this one also looks pretty good. I didn't read any of them. I'm just talking in terms of the image. Okay, everyone knows Diana wanted to leave UK and settle in the US. Yeah, that too. Okay, she was looking for the best financial support to do it. The Tina Brown dares to erase facts. Secondly, in Diana's era, social media didn't exist. We're living different times, and Sussexes has used the current tools to exist. That is true. I agree with her. Okay, they underestimate Harry. This is why they claim to blindsided. They claim to blindsided. And the Oprah interview, it was Meghan who wanted to stay in spite of the abuse and racism. Harry negotiated at Sangrium Summit. The fact that Meghan stayed as long as she did tells you how much she wanted it to work. Yeah, that's true. Alright, they really did underestimate Harry. Harry created his own first charity at 19 years old, then later Invictus and Travalyst, all separate from those royal apparatus, and they are all successful. William, with all the royal machinery, had zero. They expect Meghan to be slave, used and abused. That I agree. There's some good response here. Diana gave her patronages. Tina Brown is a liar. And I don't know much about patronages when Princess Diana was in the war. I don't know anything about that. I will have to read to know, but I know some stuff that she did when she out of the royal life. Alright, the divorce. Okay, Tina Brown is a liar and seems to have found gullible Americans who won't push back. Yeah, this is what I said. Some of the things that she's saying would have been my old self, me who didn't know anything about the royal. So this is who she's talking about. She's talking to. She stayed at Kensington Palace for her son. Doesn't she think had she remained, she would have remained at Kensington Palace? Okay, any sane person will have left long ago. Was it PR Diana enable audio? What is this? 3 minutes and 22 seconds. There's a music. So these are headlines. I'm not gonna play it because I'm already an hour. Okay, what I don't get is these interviews who allow her to spin a whole new narrative. Diana was out of the monarchy, but she couldn't really leave because her two sons belong to the monarchy. Is she saying Diana, who loved her sons the way she did, will have left them and relocate? Okay, she is rewriting Diana's history agenda equals so that people don't draw comparison to how that royal family also did to Meghan. Beatrice and Eugene have HRH done nothing with that platform. Kate has been there for 19 years. Oh my God, it's already been 19 years. Wow. And 9 chasing William and 10 marriage, no successful work, non-project. Okay, somebody asked Sina, if the royal advisors are so great, how come the gruesome twosome Caribbean tour was such a disaster? That's what I'm saying. They thought that being in the royal family would be the ultimate thing. This is the best way. I mean, yeah, she's talking to people who don't know. Alright, it blows my mind that they keep digging their holes, basically admitting to everything said in the Oprah interview. Kate spent 10 years in the family doing absolutely nothing of substance, 10 years still learning the ropes. Meghan put a spotlight on how little they actually work. Yep. Okay, all you had to know is that she is a friend of Harvey Weinstein. Case closed. Okay, surely this is an old interview, as who in their right mind would be sitting there talking such rubbish about the Time 100 NAACP couple. I like the way she put it. Okay, well, Kitchen Harry's recent Invictus game success. Alright, oh, is that her? Okay, friends of sexual deviance says a lot about her. Tina Brown. Oh, so that's her. My goodness. I mean, these people. Wow. Which one is her now? Is she that one? Anyway, let me leave this alone. I don't want to talk about those people. those sex traffickers. I mean, the UK, I don't know. Next tweet. Okay, it's always weird to me when people who hate Meghan try to convince her she will have been better off in the royal family. Okay, so that's from that interview, the video of Tina Brown. Okay, since when does the enemy wish one well? Why can people accept that no matter how fabulous they think the royal must be, Meghan live with them and doesn't agree? Okay, deal with it, darling. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, the facade that they put. Okay, at first, before I knew any better, they got me. I thought they were prestige type of people, but when you look deep inside, behind the facade, they just trashed. It's infested. Nobody wants to live in that kind of lifestyle. Oh, so that was a thread. She continues, okay, even with the free house, security expenses, clothes, and whatever else it is people consider the perks, Meghan will rather take her chances making her own way and the dog eat dog world than spend another moment in that environment, which speaks volume about the royal family. Yeah, I'm telling you, your peace of mind is number one. Even they give you all of this for free. Why would you give your peace of mind for people to abuse, to elevate themselves while you're suffering? Hell no. Okay, the fact that a C-list actress could join their ranks and swiftly say, wow, this is dreadful and life is worth way more than this is pretty damning. Yeah, I remember them trashing Meghan for not being an A-list actor. I did a video about that. Why she's not an A-list actor. I use their own thing against them. Who wants to be, selling their bodies to make it to... Okay, perfect example. Look at the Johnny Depp case. That's all I'm saying. If you could put one and one together. Nobody wants to do those unethical things just for a few moments of fame. Okay? So she's saying here, the fact that a C-list actress could join their ranks. Okay? Because they're trashing her. They're saying she's not, she's not that successful enough actress, but she was paying her bills. Could join them, and then when she get there and said this is infested, that should tell you something. So I understand Peg and Trelawney here very well. Okay, the fact that a C-list actress could join their ranks and swiftly say, wow, this is dreadful and my life is worth way more than this. Okay, it's pretty damning. I totally understand why people are so desperate, because it's very brand damaging for the royal family. They probably need some new advisors. Okay, it's embarrassing. I agree with Pagan here. Meghan saw the good, bad, and ugly. The people who think that she will have been better off and that hellhole will give their lives to be abused for proximity to that family. Meghan loved herself enough to walk away from people and things that doesn't bring her peace. Yeah, see, there's the thing here. Peace of mind. This is the thing here. Peace of mind is way of living. Okay, also Harry was born into it and he doesn't think it is the be all and end all either. It beggars belief how people who have never experienced something think that they know more about it than people who have actually lived it. This is why the squad were in that video, the squad were putting pictures of Kate and Meghan when Meghan was in the royal family. You see how miserable her face was, and then when she's out, completely different. It's a freaking infested place. My goodness. Okay, it's similar to those who accuse her of being narcissist, manipulative, etc., but cry because she doesn't want them in her life. Clown. Okay, all these accusations are just projection. They accuse her of being a narcissist, yet members of that family go around handing out pictures of themselves. That's true. Of themselves to their former colonies. The whole institution is built around narcissism, but is the biracial woman they project that onto. This is why I said sometimes when people are saying nonsense to you, you don't just take their word as face value and make it tormented you. Stop and process, understand what they said, and then you see it's just BS that they're throwing because they don't have anything better to offer. Okay, no one is better off in that outdated ghastly institution with a nest of vipers, because they are duped. All must be duped with them. Okay, I keep seeing that she'd be living better in the royal bubble, and honestly that bubble wanted her happy with that musty slave quarters and still crying over the Reynolds years later. The same bubble that believed and had meltdown over overpriced clothing, the same bubble that hated her. Okay, why do they want her to accept their royal bubble by force? The woman is happy to leave it for them, so they need to get over it and stop begging. Yeah, they just want a punching bag, that's all, because the spotlight that they crave of, it's there. All right, and then all the imperfection is being seen. That's all it is. You know, this is what happened. I was like, I don't know why they want spotlight, because spotlight really will see everything, all the imperfection. Meghan was doing the good thing. She was getting praised for doing good thing. They didn't like it. They didn't know that it's her work that is putting the spotlight on her personality, easygoing and all of that. But them, because they wanted that same thing, they think just because she's a royal, that was the reason why the spotlight was like, no, she was a good person all in one. So now they wanted the spotlight. She gave them the spotlight, but what they see, all of their imperfection, because they never did anything good. All right, next tweet. The city of York has stripped Prince Andrew of his freedom of the city honor. The decision was made during a meeting of York councillors this evening, and they also called on Andrew to relinquish his Duke of York title. Oh my goodness. All right, so this is the thing here. Those other ones who's crying for Harry or Meghan to give that thing, this is the step that you need to do to get it back. If Meghan give her Harry give the title back, they're gonna claim he's disrespecting the queen. Okay, so you want it, this is the step you need to do. All right, so this is the imperfection, the nonsense that they wanted Meghan to have. I mean, I'm telling you, karma is something. Let's see here. Prince Andrew, the protected one by the royal family, UK establishment and UK press, but the people said no. They're out, he's in. Okay, right, we should brace ourselves for fresh barrage of Harry and Meghan bashing them. That's why they're talking about those other things. All right, let's see here. If he loses the Duke of York title, will Sarah have to relinquish the Duchess of York title as well? Will his daughters no longer be Beatrice and Eugene of York? Things are getting well lit. Fire. Okay, hold on. York councillors have removed his, quote, freedom of the city of York, end quote, its honorary title. He remains the Duke of York. The Queen bestowed the dukedom and only she can remove it. Okay, York councillors have also called for that title to be removed, but it's not in their power. Okay, let's see here. What are they saying? Okay, I don't give a rat's bum who has the power to remove it. I say, what if he loses it? Okay, how it happens is no matter. Okay, so I don't know anything about this. I don't know. Okay, is that the latest news? Okay, there's the zip. Minding her business. Okay, that's that. I quite like the title Prince Nuns of York. Prince Nun of York, but I can understand York not wanting anything to do with him. Okay, Pizza Express must be livid. All right, let me read what's on the screen and then move on. I like that the city of York has judgment and communal character that Andrew Windsor so clear lacks himself. Doubt he'll relinquish his dukedom. He'll be using it for clout the next time he travels abroad and violates a young individual, male or female, or adolescent. That's he's doing his pedo thing here. Okay, here comes hit pieces on Meghan and Harry. It's so predictable now. This is the thing here. It's the squad already bracing themselves, because whenever any member of the royal family have a negative press, there it is. They're gonna bring Meghan into the thing. Okay, hey, they've been coming all week. Where have you been? Finally, some consequences and hopefully the first step in getting that shame of a family off a pedestal. All right, let's see here. Poor Elizabeth, what a humiliating build up to her wobbly jubilee, dumped by some of the Commonwealth nation, her chambermaid peddling her private business for cash. Now her favorite son's title has been renamed Duke of Nunsville. Oh my God. All right, there's more comment, but let me move on to the next one. Oh my goodness. Okay, how many more do I have? Okay. Shout to Meghan Markle for coming up with a project that benefited the community, and all proceeds went to the community. You did so well. Other people are now copying and pasting as they do, since they don't have an original thought in their heads. All right, so I have to do the other one to back up that one, because it has to do with the cookbook. All right, so this one, this is where Meghan came up with that. All right, with the Together cookbook thing.
There is a cookbook, but it's also the story of a West London community who gathered together in a kitchen and discovered the healing power of sharing food.
Cooking for me is everything. I love to see people gathering on one table.
I love to cook. I love to feed people.
So comfortable.
And so, for 2 days every week, these women were able to cook and share their delicious recipes together.
We've called the kitchen the Hub Community Kitchen because in Arabic, Hub means love, and we share love.
It's like one family now. We are sharing food, sharing happiness, sadness, everything.
I think food can bring back memories, and even the smell of food can bring back childhood comfort.
I immediately felt connected to this community kitchen. Like these women, I'm passionate about food and cooking as a way of strengthening communities.
She asked me, how many days do you offer this service? And I said 2 days a week. And her straight question was, why not 7 days, Zahira? And I said, funding. So she goes, we can do a cookbook.
We sit together, we eat together, we enjoy the time together. Never mind where are you from, which color you are, which language you talk is something amazing.
So I'm proud to be supporting this cookbook, Together, which features delicious recipes from the women of the Hub Community Kitchen.
I feel very excited that my own unique recipes are going to be used around the world, because some of the recipes that I put in there are actually like very unique to my family.
The proceeds will allow the kitchen to stay open and to thrive so it can continue transforming lives and communities through cooking.
Initially, the project was for Grenfell and the victims, but now it's for the community to come together, to socialise, to cook, to enjoy the different flavours. It's not just about home, it's not just about cooking to fill stomachs, it's about bringing people together.
Together is the celebration of the food, whereby we share, we laugh, we enjoy, we eat. Oh yeah, definitely eating.
We hope you enjoy it as much as we do.
All right, let's see here. All day, every day. First they watch, then they hate, then they copy. Yeah, that's exactly that. Okay, and still falling far short of this gift that keeps giving. I bought a copy about 2 months ago. Great cookbook. And even bigger credit to Princess Meghan that when she left Struggle Island, she made sure the remaining proceeds were rank fenced so that no one could use it for the PowerPoint 5-question survey or claim it was a royal family donation from them when it gets distributed. Yeah, that's when Harry and Meghan were leaving, the separation, that they're no longer part of the royal family. They make sure all the money that they raise go to the right place. That's what they did. They weren't gonna leave it for them to manipulate and waste. Okay, anyway, is that the one? Yeah, that's the one I just read. Nope. Had to give it back. Now also had to give back Harry fundraising money to Invictus Foundation. I reckon there must have been lawyers involved, but the Cambridges did not leak that one to the Daily Fair. What? I don't know. Okay, is it the part where what is it? They were claiming, there was a part where they were claiming that the Cambridges donate money to, which one was it, the Invictus or something, and then some squad came with receipt and said no, it's they didn't donate anything to the Invictus. This is money that Harry raised, that when they were part of the Royal Foundation, that money had to go, had to be out. All right, they did their calculation, whatever. Lawyers that get involved get the money out that they raised, go to the right place, and said you're not gonna keep it. It goes to the Invictus. Okay, let's see here. Is it a cookbook of what they eat and not what they make? Give us the contact of the chef and everything is solved. Okay, let's see here. But with this new cookbook to proceed or for themselves. Oh, the royal family. I'm gonna show you the tweet that deal with that. Okay, love the food and the cookbook, but extra to give as a gift. Okay, there's this. Let's read the such a great cookbook too. Congratulations. Also shout out to Prince Charles, who have famously come up with many projects that benefit community, and where all proceed went. Knowing what we know now, with in terms of money, how they raise money, how they do cash for honor, I don't buy most of the thing. He might raise some ideas about stuff, but in terms of money, when it comes to money, things go. Okay, I have this cookbook. It's so very lovely. Some people were born without creativity. That is true. Alright, so let's see here. Let me go to the one that the royal family is copying now. Why took them so long? Okay, I'm gonna cover the thing here. Okay, I'm so confused. I thought royal didn't do cookbooks, or was that another rule reserved only for Meghan Markle? Alright, so there's that. They have their own cookbook thing here. I mean, what is it? There was a while back, one of the squad came with a video where, what is it, where the royals were cooking. They made a funny thing with, if I find that video, I'll put it. Okay, this cookbook is about all the meals the royal have eaten on their colonial tour. Unbelievable, narcissistic. Okay, it's like they take an idea and actively work to make it a shitty. Okay, I don't know what's in the thing here. Okay, there's the same thing here. First they watch, then they hate, then they copy. Yep. Okay, I have to save this photo. It speaks volume, that's for sure. Okay, bestseller proceed were used to help Greenfield women to attain small business credential and improve their quality of life. That dull blue book will flatten Charles' coffer. Can his subject afford the ingredients to prepare a meal fit for king? So out of touch with reality. Okay, I don't know what meal they're having, but it's the squad who made the cookbook, the Greenfield Together cookbook, successful. I don't think the squad are gonna buy this. Why is it the royal family cookbook? Let me read some more and then that's it. Let's see. Strange. And here I thought making a cookbook was what is that? What's next? The clothing line, like Meghan and the SmartWorks headquarters. Actually, yes, Prince Charles also made a limited clothing line, so I'm guessing they just the biggest hypocrites. To really bring out the flavor, use a tablespoon of salt and half teaspoon of black pepper. That's from that video that I was just saying. I hope I could find it. If you don't see it, that's because I didn't find it. Okay, every time they try to ridicule Meghan when their protocol violation nonsense, they turn around to mimic what she has done, and it always fell. Alright, it looks like an ugly ass textbook. No warmth, no character. If you told me the first recipe was ice water ice water, I'll doubt you. This kind of tastes like nothing. Okay, you know the first recipe is boiled eggs. Oh my god, the squad or something. Alright, I have more, but I'm already an hour. I'm gonna leave it for the next video. That's it. Let's do a prayer for protection. That's what came to mind. Prayer for protection. Okay, there's no side prayers. Let's go straight. Let's do this here. Alright, this is the first time I'm doing it like that. Prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The mind of God guides me. The life of God flows through me. The laws of God direct me. The power of God abides within me. The joy of God uplifts me. The strength of God renews me. The beauty of God inspires me. Wherever I am, God is. Alright, so this is it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to help support this channel, there's a PayPal link in the description. You could donate. At some point, I hope I could do this weekend, is to create that join button where you guys could help support this channel as well. Alright, so that's it. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna do some more recording.
Yes, it has some more flavor and texture. Yeah. It's great because we use paint. So you can see it starting to. Yeah. It's still not yet. Yep. Yes, I just did. You can try.